In this video, we will try to understand what is a iterator. So iterator is basically one kind of a method to get the value one by one. Like in the for loop, we get the value continuously. Suppose you have a list like this 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And actually, we are iterating over this value, but in a continuous format. We have no control over it. So suppose you run this, what will going to happen? 1 value of each will going to come out. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 will going to come out, and we have no control over it. But suppose you want to go to these values as per your requirement, then the for loop is not useful. On the time, the iterator will come into the picture and help us to do that. So it iterate one by one and we get a value one by one. So we have two functions which are very much useful in iterator. One is iter and the second one is next. So let's try to understand how the iterator work in Python. Suppose you have created a value like this. This is a list. Okay, the list is created. And now what we are going to do, we are going to iterate one by one this value. Like this function we are going to use iter. So in iter I am passing the list and I have given the name as even iter. You can give name any name x, y, z, a, b, c as per your requirement. So the even list is created. I have applied the iter method to that even, and now you can see I can take one value outside. So every time you iter, you will get the next value. Okay, so up to 6 we have taken. Suppose you run one more time, 8 will be taken, one more time, 10 will be taken. Great. Okay, now after that, if you try, it is going to give you error because all the values which are there, we have iterated over that. Okay, great. So we have to run it again. Okay, redefine it. Then 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 will going to come. Great. So this is very much clear that how iter works. Now let's see how the next work. It is just one and the same. So we're going to get iter method, but with the logic of next. Okay. So list is created. We have applied the iter function to the list. Okay. Now when you press next, the next value will going to come. Either you can use iter or next, or you can directly use next like this. This is also going to work for us. Great. Now suppose you have a Python like this, name equal to Python. You can iterate through all the characters using for loop. So x equal to x in name. So x will take first as p, then y, then t, then h, then o, and n. Great. So we can do this using iterator also. But I'm going to automate the iterator using while loop. So I'm going to iterate through this Python, but in the while loop. So while it is true, so it is what it is going to do. It is basically check whether there is a character inside or not. First, it will try, and if there is no character, it is going to go to the break. That means the while loop will be break, because the while loop which we have written over here is basically the while loop which we have written over here is basically the continuous while loop, or we can say infinite while loop. So to break this infinite while loop, we have to use a break. And when break will executed, whenever there is an exception occur. When the exception will occur, when there is all values in the character gets over. So on that time, the exception will going to get happen. So this way we can even automate the iterator. Great. So let's run this and go through the each and every value one by one. Great. It works as the same as for loop. So using while we can even do a iteration process. See, we can control this iteration also. Like suppose I want to go to till h only. You can just put a condition over here with while. You can put a condition over here with while to reach to a particular value. Like I am going for all the values, but you can put condition with while to go from one value to other value using iterator. But that kind of a functionality is not possible with for loop.